Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're listening around the world. A very warm welcome from London in the UK. And here is today's news in electric cars and sustainable transport. My name is Martin Lee, and this is your EV News Daily for Saturday, 17th of February, 2018. And we'll start with getting money off buying an electric car. And in California, the rebate system looks like it could be changing. The new Rebate Now program, which is run by the Clean Vehicle Rebate Project, aims for a new online registration process. Consumers buying a new electric car in California can do a simple online registration. They'll find out if they're immediately eligible for a discount towards the purchase or lease of eligible models. That reduces the time it takes to buy the car and do all the paperwork. Now, I must admit to being slightly curious, let's say that. Being here in Europe, where the discount system is far more simple, in America, as far as I understand it, and correct me if I'm wrong, you get a tax rebate. Is that right? At federal level, so you get some money off the taxes that you would have paid, but you have to wait to pay those until it's tax season time. Is that right? Anyway, this seems to be a lot more like the European system, where you go to buy a car and you get that much money off. Comparing it to, I thought I'd just remind myself of what we do here in Europe in terms of purchase grants. In Belgium, you get a £4,000 or €4,000 grant off an EV and no ownership tax to pay at all once you've got the car. In France, a grant of up to €10,000, and then you get a discount on your car tax. Here in the UK, £4,500, no tax to pay at all for an EV. In Germany, about the same, €4,000 grant, no tax to pay. In Norway, no VAT, and that's why Norway is one of the leaders in EVs, because that's such a big discount. No purchase tax at all, no VAT, and the annual road tax is pretty low as well, from what I understand over there. And finally, where haven't we covered? Oh, the Netherlands. No purchase tax in the Netherlands to buy an EV, and no tax at all whilst you run it, and very low company car tax as well if you buy an electric car. So it's a much more simple system over here, and you just get money off. You just go to buy a car, and it's money that you don't pay, rather than getting involved in your own tax affairs. But good news from California that could be getting quicker. Have you heard of Electromechanica? They make an EV. It's called the Solo. Yeah, I didn't think you had. I wasn't massively aware of them either, but they've announced a partnership to bring the Qualcomm Halo wireless charging to their EVs. Now, this uses the resonant magnetic induction charging, which Qualcomm are bringing to the Formula E series for their support cars. They'll be using inductive charging as well. Electromechanica make these little single-passenger, all-electric vehicles. They're three-wheelers. They've got a 100-mile range. They've got a 17-point-something kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack. I must admit to being slightly fascinated by the idea of inductive charging. Imagine rows and rows, or maybe a street with on-street parking, rather than building all the street furniture and the poles to plug into, having just underground, because you can have it under the tarmac. But until major manufacturers get on board and involved with it, it's just not going to happen, is it? So that idea is a little bit dead in the water. Well, the brand new Kia Ceed has been unveiled, and there will be a plug-in hybrid, but there won't be a full EV. The first hybrid version is going to be a mild hybrid. These 48-volt systems, which is about $1,000 per car to add to the system. It adds a sort of compact starter generator to the car. They can do various things. This looks like it'll be used for improved efficiency and to boost its peak output as well on the Kia Ceed, and then a plug-in hybrid coming, but no full EV for that. Now, recently at CES in Las Vegas, we heard more about Byton's plans for electric vehicles, and today Byton have announced they've teamed up with Aurora, who makes self-driving technology, and that's because Byton want to make sure their EV is level 4 autonomous driving, and that is basically everything apart from you taking a nap in the back of the car while it takes you to your destination. It's pretty much self-driving. It says Byton is designed for the age of autonomous driving. That's Dr. Carsten Breitfeld, the CEO and co-founder of Byton. They want to sell their cars in China, US, and Europe as well. Sales, they say, will begin in 2019. Next year, we will be watching them closely. Now, with many more EVs, we'll need many more batteries, and Sweden is stepping up the hunt for cobalt under their own ground. Now, cobalt and lithium are two precious minerals Sweden could have if they do a little bit of mining. Now, they've historically had copper and iron and silver and gold. The price of cobalt, by the way, has more than tripled since 2016. Should we talk about the Geneva Motor Show again? It's my favourite topic at the moment on the podcast this week. Honda are heading to the Geneva Motor Show to join loads of other manufacturers in revealing some EVs. So this is not really a reveal, though. It's just to see a little bit more of where they're up to with three of their concepts. We first heard in Frankfurt at the Motor Show about their urban EV concept. They're going to update us on that and show us their latest vision for that. At the Tokyo Motor Show last year showed us their sports EV concept. They're going to turn up at Geneva with that as well and talk more about that. And then at the CES 2 years ago, we saw this concept of the NEUV idea of autonomous features and artificial intelligence. Honda have updated some plans and they're further down the road, and at the Geneva Motor Show early March we'll see more about that. Well, Scotland are one of the countries, one of the territories that has said they want to get rid of pure combustion engines by 2032. They want all new cars to have a degree of electrification. But a new study out today says that Scotland could be energy independent thanks to renewables, and that is going to drive the EV market, and that works hand in hand with EVs in Scotland. I mean, certainly got their fair share of wind. A new report out today from the National.Scot says this: to meet the Scottish Government's targets of banning combustion engines by 2032, a strategy for a smooth transition is needed, which should follow the likes of Norway and the Netherlands, and incentivising the purchase of electric vehicles, investing in infrastructure, and establishing more low-emission zones. More renewables, more EVs, it's win-win. And finally, where is Elon Musk's Roadster now? It was only on February the 6th that we all watched the SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket launch Elon's Tesla into space, with the spaceman and those incredible shots coming back to Earth. But sadly, the onboard cameras ended shortly after. And if you've wondered since then, I wonder where the Tesla's got to, you can now find out thanks to a brand new website that's had 500,000 page views in a day. The website is Where is Roadster? And if you search for Where is Roadster, you will find it. Now, the guy who did this says that he uses the orbital path and the current position in space compared with Earth, Venus, Mercury, Mars, and the asteroid belt-dwelling dwarf planet Ceres. Also, one of the most fun things about this, by the way, according to CNET.com, is the increasing statistic of how many times the car has exceeded its standard 36,000-mile warranty. Currently, over 550 times. If something goes wrong, don't take it back to Tesla. Well, thank you for listening today. Hope you enjoyed it. We'd love to spread the word about electric cars, so please do share this with one person who might be interested. A reminder, get all of our previous podcasts on iTunes, where you can subscribe for free and rate and review. If you have an Amazon Echo, be one of the first to get our brand new Alexa skill to play you a flash briefing of the latest electric car news. Search EV News Daily in your Amazon Prime app or your Alexa app. Come and say hi on Twitter at EV News Daily. Have a wonderful day, and I will catch you tomorrow.